Hello, everyone. It is Shay in Silver Lake, Oregon. It is April 17th, 2026. It was 65 today. Right now it's 64. It's almost 5 o'clock. The low tonight's going to be 31. So I was just out here today. I got to clean Bruce's turtle out. And I was just like rearranging some of this stuff and just tidying it up to where it looks a little better. And was messing around inside this flower bed because I think I want to move the chickens and the rooster over here to this area, and I want to start, like, I need to pull all this out and redo it. And then I got to think of a design of some kind. This is my wildflower bed, so I need to get in here and I need to pull out. I usually leave one or two of those plants. It's some sort of native plant here, and I don't know what it is, but I like it because it's native and it brings in bees. So I'm gonna do this up, not today, but this is what I'm trying to work on, fixing this whole bed. And I gotta think of something I can do in the front here. Here's the strawberries. They're looking really good. Well, I have some dead. I dumped a container that had some dead strawberries in here. It had dirt, so I threw the extra dirt in there. And then, in case you missed it, I did a music short on what my garden looks like at nighttime. Hopefully tonight, I'm gonna use these two pieces in this bed. I'm gonna dig all this out and just try to give clusters away because I want all this dug out. I want to level it. I want to mulch in some new dirt and then replant. I've got a couple really big dandelions in here. I think there's like 3 or 4 that I just want out and organize it more. I moved this. It was back there in the corner where the frog is. I moved it up here because it's too hard to fill it with water back there. So I thought, oh, I guess I don't care if I'm going to have that many, because there's a water one here. There's one there. Oh, then there's one here. When I clean that out, I plan to put one in there. And then there's one in that one, but this one doesn't barely hold anything. And then here's my droopy tulips. Well, tonight's only going to be 31, so hopefully that will be better. I mean, look at how droopy this is. So I am kind of somewhat concerned. But even if it doesn't do real well this year, hopefully next year it'll come back really strong. Oh, there's Bruce over there. And then I didn't really do much over here except for just clean out some old lights that didn't work anymore. I fixed this bed up a little bit, but I have to remove this table, and I cannot remember where I had this table at. I had it in a different spot before, but I prefer it at this angle because, you know, this over here looks bad. So when I, do videos in the winter, I like this angle the best. I moved the bench. I have not cleaned this out, which I need to do. I pulled some weeds today, but I wasn't like focusing on that. I was more focusing on just, you know, collecting all this and moving it to here. I'm going to find out which ones work and which ones don't, so I can, you know, throw them away because they're like pretty much done for. And then I was just watering everything because it was really dry today, so I was like, that's something that I wanted to get done. And I worked on replacing batteries in a lot of the lights, so that was cool. And I'm just mostly enjoying today. I went over and saw my neighbor's new piggy. She hasn't named it yet. She's thinking about naming it Dottie, but she doesn't know for sure. Her first one was Jamal. Then she had Fat Amy, but I would just call her Fatami. Yes. Oh, look, that onion died. Ugh, and it stinks like onion too. Ugh. I'm gonna have to do so much weeding. There's just so much. I like to dig this out too. I encourage it to come back. This thing's a beast. I'll have to get the shovel and dig it out. I think the mosquitoes are coming out. And this is pretty happy, even though everything's taken a hard hit. I don't know if my peach tree is gonna make it. It doesn't look good. Not at all. I mean, it has some nubs, so maybe I'm wrong. But up here, it's like definitely dead on top. So I don't know about that. The plum tree back there looks good. And the pear tree up there by the wagon looks good. I'll be bummed about the peach tree though. And then my apple tree, it's all turned dark. So I don't know. We'll see. I probably should have cut a lot more off. Like a few more branches. Because it's not looking too great. Oh, when I was out here working this morning, a gentleman drove by and was telling me about how he went to school here way back, and his family was from here. He was showing his wife all the ranches, and you know, the ranch that he grew up on, the ranch that his grandpa owned, and that fire that they had here way back in the 1800s. It was a lot of his family members. His grandfather, I think his grandfather, he lost 4 or 5 family members in that fire. And like his grandpa and stuff, it was like when they were young. So I thought that was pretty cool. This is my plum tree. I've had this for quite a while, a couple years. And it's finally, I mean, every year it gets real pretty and leaves out, but it doesn't really grow. So, you know, oh, there's like a little bee. And then I need to get into this one because I can see some suckers that need to be cut off. Oh, look, there's some flowers blooming down there. That's cool. Yeah, I just need to get in here and cut all this down. But I'm just trying to do one section at a time and work my way and try to do it on the nicest days that I can. And I feel like I really did a lot in this first. Like, I'm happy with This bed right here, this one, Puka Lane is what I call that one. I'm not happy with this one, but this one, you know, like I can do that at my leisure. I need to go to Ace and pick out my dirt and figure that out. I'm happy with this one. I'm happy with that one. I need to do a little bit more work in this one, and then I'll be happy. I just got to get some of the grass out in the back corners and just rake out the leaves. It's mostly Sweet Williams and echinaceas in there. And then this one I'm not happy with, so I'm going to have to do a huge overhaul in this one, and that's fine. I hung my spinner back up. I never really told you guys what these baskets right here are for. You might think, oh, you plant stuff in them. No, I do not. I put my phone in here. When I'm like working in this area, I'll plop it in this side. If I'm working in this bed, I'll plop it in this one. When I upload my videos in the morning, I come out here and I prop it up in this corner. And I need to cut these. And then it loads my video, and then I listen to a podcast while it's doing that. If I'm working over in this area, I leave it in this one. And then when I'm in this bed, I usually just put it on one of the rounds. And then if I'm working in this bed, I usually put it on that. And then up here for these. So I want to finish figuring out this bed and figure out what exactly I plan to do with this. You know, as far as decor, I just have stuff clustered. And then I'm going to have to get to this one. Like, it's going to have to be a thing that I'm going to have to do soon. I got to dig it all up and refigure out the whole setup, because the grass keeps coming back here, so I'm going to have to figure something out and try to keep the grass from growing back. It's going to be an ordeal. But then once that one's done, and then this one is probably the one I'm going to work on next, because I've been wanting to get it done for a while and change it up. And then that one, and then either this one or that one. Those two will be the last two that in the middle. So I'll probably work on this one a little bit, change this one out a little bit. But Bruce has been liking snuggling into those blankets and stuff, so I've been letting him do it because I'm just that way. And then I'll start tackling this long row, getting it back into what I'm gonna map out, what I'm going to do. I did notice that there wasn't any snow on Hager, but it says it's gonna snow Thursday, so I'm reluctant to believe that we're in the clear. And then I gotta fix this. But look up there. Like, if it's in the 60s tomorrow, there won't be anything up there. And then that will give you the illusion to go ahead and plant. But it's just an illusion, because at nighttime, it gets down to the 30s. 32 is freezing. So, I'm just going to start doing my stuff indoors. I don't want to do too much stuff indoors because it's a pain packing it in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And I've done that too many times that I'm just not interested. I'm just not into it anymore. Too many times. And then you lose half your stuff anyway. So, I don't know. I do think I'm going to do like radishes here this year. in front of the rhubarb, because the rhubarb is going to fill up that whole corner right there, or that whole back half. So I'm just going to do them in the front. And radishes only take like 22 days or 20 days or something like that. So I'll probably do radishes over there. I'm going to do beets with the carrots, I think. I think that's what's going to... I love growing beets because they're so pretty. So I'm just trying to figure out like where I want to put some stuff this year. What I want to do. I think I'm going to do a bunch of pots on top of these wooden things. Oh, I don't know like how many people have read my bio, but my garden is more of like part of my art, and most of the stuff I grow, I want it to come back on its own. I'm not too into planting a whole bunch of stuff every year, and I'm trying to narrow it down to where that I don't have to keep planting. Like, I want a lot of the stuff to come back on its own. I let like part of my carrot seed. Haven't really let the beets do that. I'm gonna maybe try that this year. Let 2 or 3 beets go to seed and see what that is. Maybe even depending on the radishes, I might do that with them too. I don't grow tomatoes because I don't like dealing with them. And they're so temperamental. Gets a little bit too cold at night because we are in the desert where it's hot in the day and cold at night. So I don't know, like, I'm gonna try to take a picture because we're 17 minutes in. Woo. Peace, love, and happiness. May peace be with you always. Have a wonderful day, week, hour, minute, month, second, year. You know the schmeal. Don't forget to rewind and be kind. Make sure you're kind to yourself. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And for those of you who really like reading scriptures and you like associating with people who enjoy the Bible, the Vlad Father, he is always posting. I love reading his posts. He posts some really cool stuff, and you should check out his channel, especially if you're a gentleman that likes to read scripture. And he posts some really good stuff, and does a lot of Bible-based things. So if you're interested, you might want to pop on over to his channel. And for you preppers, ooh, look how pretty those look. Don't forget to check out Late for the Prepper Party with J and L. And, oh, those really took a dive, huh? And right when a pink one came up. Well, that sucks. Alrighty. I went and, the last time I was at the thrift store, I picked up some more golf balls. I got them for $4.99. But I got quite a few of them, and I even got a pink one. So, get my golf thing all set up and get back to putting around my garden when I get it all done. All right. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.